Ever wanted to make money by doing next to nothing? It's quite simple, really. Own an investment property. That's assuming your parents had a few spares they bought for the price of a lawnmower back in the 70s that you can now use as equity to buy even more. Meanwhile, the price increases lock more and more people in lower income brackets out of the housing market, keeping you supplied with a steady flow of renters. Welcome to the age of the landlord, or neo-feudalism as we might as well call it. Calling a home an investment property is a bit like calling a dog an emotional support asset. Technically true, but very depersonalizing. In theory, the landlord-tenant relationship is simple. You pay rent to live in a home they own and are responsible for maintaining. In theory. Landlords love raising rent for no reason. Why, you might ask? It can't possibly have anything to do with the utilities that you already pay for separately. Council rate increase? Sure, can we at least see the letter from them before you try to use that as an excuse? Nope. It just sounds better than saying they want a new Mercedes. Of course, they say things like, the local market has gone up, with the assumption that renters are either too lazy or too stupid to check, not that doing so would make a difference. Despite a home that's literally falling apart though, one benefit of a more hands-off landlord is the lack of intrusion. Others are more committed to the monthly or even weekly ritual of inspections. They'll give you 24 hours notice, show up either 10 minutes early or 2 hours late, and passive-aggressively point out scuff marks that were totally there when you moved in. Any excuse to keep as much of your deposit as they can. In truth, when landlords say they hope to see the property returned in the same state, they don't mean when you moved in. They mean when they bought it. 20 years ago. Honestly, the chances of keeping 100% of your bond are about the same as you retaining the same amount of your sanity. Seriously, they'll deduct $150 simply because too many arguments have damaged the home's spiritual atmosphere or something. Please, this place was haunted well before we got here. Haunted by the spectre of greed. And yet somehow, sun damage is still technically my fault. Well, sorry if I didn't offer it enough blood sacrifices. Jeez. The real tragedy here is that you're not saving for your own property. You're paying off someone else's. One that you wish you had, but that they likely don't need because they've already got 3. And as we've discussed, it's hardly a balanced relationship. There's bugger all you can do about a sudden unfair rent raise, but getting them to fix a broken heater in winter? You'll just have to tough it out. So, why are landlords a thing? Because housing is a basic necessity with demand exceeding supply, therefore making it a prime target for exploitation. There's a reason why the word landlord has lord in its name, because for tenants, it's not far off living under medieval serfdom. Still, do we ever stop to ask if someone should be allowed to profit off of someone else's need to not freeze to death in the street? Unfortunately not. Now, I'm not saying all landlords are bad. I've had some okay ones. Heck, I've technically even been one myself at one point, so I'm a bit of a hypocrite here. Still, their reputation has to come from somewhere. I'm just saying, if you want to justify your existence, try to respond to repairs quickly and effectively, and don't put the rent up unless you have a genuinely good reason that you can provide evidence for. Just try to treat your tenants as human beings is all I'm asking. But hey, if you still insist on playing Monopoly with people's lives, at least give them free parking. If you're a tenant who's been screwed over, leave a comment below. This is a safe space. While you're there, please like and subscribe for more videos championing the first world struggles of modern day life. And as always, thanks for watching.